So it's 7 o'clock now. I'd like to call the meeting to order and get some business out of the way. And
Okay.
then we'll go into our program. I think Jim is going to run the meeting from that point on. So let's start with welcome. Thank you all for being here. It's great to see you all. And especially thank you for Judge Lynn for coming.
Thank you.
Do we want to do a treasurer's report, Alan? You got anything for us?
Well, yeah, Flavio made a point, and I kind of agree with him, that we shouldn't put our finances online or well, he mentioned in the galleon because it goes out to the public.
I agree.
So I won't say anything on that. We're doing okay. But we do have 24 paid members at this point. And not everybody is paid who I hope will pay.
Can you send individual notices to those who haven't paid? Maybe they just need a little nudging.
Well, I have to figure out who that is. I mean, but yeah, we can, maybe we can maybe use the galleon mailing list. Because I think the galleon goes out to some people who aren't currently paid members. So it should be plastered all over there. So anyway, I'll do something like that.
Okay.
I got your membership the other day, Harold, so it hasn't gone to Alan
Okay.
yet.
All right.
Okay, anything else, Alan?
No, I'm enjoying my retirement job.
What's your retirement job?
Treasurer.
Oh, not being programs anymore.
No, I think it's moved on to another very capable person.
Oh, definitely capable. And but there she is, Cheryl. Okay, Frank, as a secretary, did you have anything you want to report?
No.
I didn't think so. I just want to give you the opportunity. Let's see, our vice president, does she have anything she'd like to say? Okay.
I don't have anything else I need to say at this time.
Okay, you reserve your right to speak later. And Penny, what about field trips?
Well, we have the Anza Borrego trip coming up. We have an organization meeting to do our planning for food and such next Tuesday evening at Jeannie's house.
My house?
Yeah.
You sure?
Remember? Yeah.
Oh,
So, you know, if you're thinking of coming, great. You
Yeah, I
can
think I'll
join
come.
at any time, even meet us down there. It doesn't matter. But the sooner you join the group, the sooner you can know what, you know, what we're doing and to cater toward the people that are going instead of just what I want to do. So,
okay.
okay. And then the next trip is in March, the 12th of March. Please be sure to read your galleon, the flyer there that tells you how to get yourself set up and join the group at the Channel Islands. So leaving from the Ventura Harbor and taking the ferry across, it costs about $60 round trip. Which is good because you don't want to stay there. Probably. Yeah. So we'll be there all day and hopefully have a good time. That there'll be something brand new for me and a few others, I think.
And
And
Penny,
then
Penny, do you want to mention that they might need to get those tickets right away because they're going fast?
that's true. I was thinking to have it on the day before on Saturday and everything looked great. And then when I went to check to see how many tickets were available for the Saturday ferry, there was only one available. So when I checked a couple days ago, there was at least 9 because they would let me put 9 in my cart. And that was the maximum. And so it looked like there's opportunities for Sunday, but all we need is another big group coming in and they could wipe them out.
Yeah, Island Packers fills up very fast, especially during whale season. So
Okay, good to know.
What is the date on that, Penny, again?
It's March 12th, a Sunday.
March 12th. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm planning to stay in Best Western Hotel down in Oxnard so that I don't have to get up super early in the morning to catch the 8 o'clock ferry over, because they say to be there 45 minutes ahead of time. And I'm just not up to getting up at 4 in the morning or whatever it might take to motor on down. So join me if you would like to, and we can carpool down on Friday or Saturday evening if you're so inclined.
Ken and I are planning to go, so we will talk with you about that later.
Very good.
We're thinking about it, but if we do it, we have to put my mom in respite care, and they have a minimum of a week.
Oh,
So it's something we have to look into and see if there's a availability there and all that. Kind of
Okay.
nervous about doing that again, but it might be good to have a better, more positive experience this time.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Maybe you could find some other things to do with the rest of the week and just make a little
Well,
vacation.
that would be the plan. Yeah, if we're going to have a whole week, we would definitely try to fill it with other things.
Okay. The other thing would be, if you'd like to, is bring her along. You know.
No, she couldn't. She's definitely wouldn't go on a boat. That's not her thing.
Oh,
She's kind
yeah,
of
good. Good
she's
to know.
afraid. She's not very adventurous. We'll put it that way. She usually we would go to places even when she was young. She would wait in the car while everybody else did whatever they wanted to do.
Hmm.
So
Indeed. Okay, another option, Elaine, if it works out for you, it would be to take a later ferry over, and then maybe an earlier departure than what I
yeah,
have written there, because you could look to see what times there are. So you might be able to,
I couldn't be gone for a full day. I
yeah,
can't. I wouldn't be able to go away for that long.
yeah,
Anyways,
like you might be able to take like the 9 o'clock shuttle over, or I think there might be one around noon, and then come back, after being there for say 4 hours instead of the full day. Up to you.
yeah,
Anyway,
that's
more
that's a
details
thought.
in the galleon on that guy.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for the trip information. Flavio, thank you for the galleon. Lots of wonderful information there and pictures of Tony. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Thank you to everyone.
Flavio, could you send me the galleon again somehow?
I got it.
It's
Oh,
on the
never mind.
website.
Okay, Ron got it. That's
It's
okay.
already on the website. You can get it there.
All right, thank you.
Good point.
When is the next board meeting?
Just text me.
Don't think it's set. When would you guys like to have a board meeting? We should,
Well, here's the
I just want to
the
say
issue.
it's fine.
Tony's wife Renee wants to liquidate all of his photographic equipment, including the darkroom stuff.
Just send her a text. It's fine.
And she's broke. She and Tony were very much in debt.
oh, no.
And so I think that the club should try to get together, go over there with Karen Carson with me and inventory what's there, take some pictures. And perhaps we can help her. We can have a silent auction or something at my house one weekend. Or we can, if people are interested, they could put it on Craigslist for her. But she would really be grateful if, Tony has a lot of equipment. So anyways, I thought the board should decide if they want to be involved or not, and we'll work from there.
Yeah, a lot of camera equipment sells really well on eBay.
Yeah.
There is
Well, I know that Jan Louis Hasselblad sold instantly.
Good.
Yeah, someone came back within 24 hours and bought it.
Okay, well, let's, I don't want to get into a big discussion on this. I'm sure we could help out some way, but let's not take more time during this.
Yeah, let's move
meeting.
on.
Yeah, but I'll try to set up a board meeting or an email. Would an email on this be all right for everybody?
I think so.
Yes.
Okay. It maybe you could just send me a proposal, Greg, on what you'd like the board to approve, and then we'll send it out to everybody.
All right.
Thanks. And thanks, Greg, for maintaining the website and for hosting these online meetings. It really helps a lot. Okay, anything else before we get into the program itself? Okay, I'd like to turn it over to Jim McInnes to introduce our guests and to continue on.
Well, now that we have completely bored Lynn,
Yeah.
No, not true. Not true.
as many of you know, Lynn was a co-worker with Tony and a personal friend. I think they worked together something like 10 or 12 years at the Times.
Long time.
Yeah, and Tony had nothing but good things to say about Len, and I'm sure Len feels the same way about Tony. But other than that, I don't really know much about Len himself, except that he worked for the Times. So maybe he wants to tell us a couple things.
Let's see. I live outside of Lompoc in the Mesa Oaks area. If you're familiar with that, kind of near the mission, so that means I hang out at the mission a bunch. But let's see. I began my career. I went to Santa Barbara City College for a year, and they hired the news press down in Santa Barbara hired me. And then I continued working for them while I went through UCSB. And so I ended up with about 30 years at the news press. And then meanwhile, I'd moved to Lompoc to be a North County photographer for them. And then after all the tumult down there, I moved to the Santa Maria Times, Lompoc Record and all that. And ostensibly as an editor and, running the photo staff and stuff like that. So then after that, excuse me a second. Worked for the Times starting in 2006, and then I retired 2 years ago. So my heart was always in photography. Not, it was great being an editor on some levels because that kind of forced me to commit to actually what I was talking about back when I was only shooting. There's always this big tendency with any job, I guess, to think you could pick better pictures or make them play better or do all these different things. And luckily I had the opportunity to do that for a long time and see that it's a difficult job, and really great to get back out and shoot again. The last few years at the Times, I was kind of wearing all hats because as the personnel drew down, golly, when I started at the Times, I had one videographer, 4 full-time shooters, and then Tony doing production side for us, and then another guy helped as well. So it was nuts. We had this big staff, and then by the end of it, it was just me. So now they've, I don't know if any of you have met Randy De La Pena, so I'm glad that the Times is using him a lot. So he's a young guy, native Santa Marian, so real good institutional knowledge there for city stuff. So I continue to do some freelance for the Times, as well as NewsHawk, as well as some other foundation types and stuff that are in the area. And I enjoy that a lot. I really miss shooting a lot, but I have other responsibilities with family stuff that I got to take care of. So retirement was the pandemic kind of worked out in my favor in a way for that. So good stuff. But I get out and shoot. I want to shoot a little bit more again now that some things have settled down for me and stuff. But so yeah, I really enjoy it. You guys impressed me so much because from what I've done, it's always been for a reason. There's been a job. I need an outlet that doesn't necessarily involve a paycheck, but involves, I get the big psychic satisfaction of shooting photos and stuff, but it always seems like if I don't have some next step to do with it, it kind of, I can't quite motivate like that. And I'm just so impressed that you guys shoot the way you do and just stay at it. It just, I don't know, really, it's an inspiration for me to see your work. So well done, keep it up. So, but that's me. Yeah. Miss Tony. What can I say there? So
Yeah.
We're all missing him. He was such a a wonderful person, and we just loved him. He was just great to have around.
Yep, yep. So, oh well. Yeah, this was a fun contest to judge. Boy, triptychs. I don't know. I'm always about the second picture, you know. It's kind of weird, which is a little frustrating as a photojournalist because you always want that big moment and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm kind of in love with the idea of 2 shots, 3 shots like that. That's always been my next question. I did a couple of job interviews where they said, well, what's your most commonly used phrase? And it's usually pretty much what's your second shot, you know. So that was always it. So well done. This is a really fun contest to judge. So just amazing work, cool presentation. Not what I would have expected in a lot of cases, and just really fun to see. So
Great. So
So,
Greg, are you still with us?
yes, I am. Are we ready?
I think so.
Okay, Len, just to remind you, I'm going to step through quickly all of the images that were submitted so that everybody can see what the competition is. When we return to the first image, our scorekeeper, whoever that is tonight, ladies, have you decided who's the scorekeeper?
You go, Elaine.
Okay, that's fine.
Elaine will read you the title of the image, and then you can give us your comments, feedback, and score on it, and we'll step through each individual image one at a time, okay?
Okay. Can we enlarge the photo or?
Yeah, we can, hold on here.
That's better. This is titled.
We haven't stepped through yet.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. That's nice.
Okay, this is our first image.
Okay, and this is titled A Cat's Successful Day.
First off, I got to admit that I could see the ITPC information, the metadata on this as it came up. Is this really from an iPhone? Is that the case? Don't answer the question, but that's pretty cool. So I'm very impressed. My mine doesn't do that well. So This is a real fun action sequence. I think it's really compelling light. It's just got a great fill. I don't know if that's from post or whatever, but that's just a super soft bounce into the subjects and stuff. So it's a that really shows off the scene and keeps the focus where it should be on the subjects in the foreground there. So I really like that, and to balance that and the distance stuff, that's really cool. Nice composition too. We got everything, nothing squared off in the center, front and center like that. I really like it. And then I really like the punchline too. That third photo is a cat owner. The Kitty has forced the fisherman to a cat-free fishing area as it waits for the next person to pester. So that's sort of the story of my cat. So I really enjoyed it. It's real clean. The quality's real nice in there. So technique 4, composition 4, interest impact 5.
13, 1, 3.
Okay. This after the rain. I got to admit, when I first opened this, I wasn't quite sure what I was looking at. But once I waded into it, white mushrooms contrast nicely with the dark background material. I'm a bit undecided about the circles that create the border for this, especially with the drop shadow, because it almost has the effect of looking like a plate. So I don't know. It just was a little bit confusing to me. I like that each individual image like that. There's some real nice color in there. It feels like it might compete a teeny bit with the that color gradient in the background, but maybe something just a little more monochromatic or something to let the color and the photos breathe. But I really thought it was an interesting treatment for this triptych with the asymmetrical circles and just the shapes like that. So cool stuff. Technique 4, composition 4, interest impact 5.
13, 1, 3.
13.
Say
An
it.
Irishman's Castle.
I love the tonality of this. I'm guessing obviously it's an infrared thing, or else it's quite a winter scene. But it's whichever way, it's really pretty like that. It really gives it a soft but dramatic feeling like that. Seems so often that color can just overwhelm, and this infrared, just the technique for this just really was a nice touch. You get kind of with the 3 images, you get a real nice storytelling run, starting with the sequence with a distant sort of found castle, like here's this thing I just saw in the distance, to this, bang graphic castle in the middle there. It's, dark colored and looming against the sky like that. And then kind of a nice scene closer with that last shot. I thought it worked really well in this 3-shot form like this. So well done. Technique 6, composition 5, interest impact 4.
15, 1, 5.
Bunkers abstract.
Yeah, the more time I spent with this, the more I liked it. So I'm trying to not look at it too much again, because I really like this. The subtle color tones and light are just perfect here. I mean, I'm glad it said it's a bunker abstract, because I wouldn't know what it was otherwise. But golly, it really has some weight to it. Yeah, I mean, knowing that it's a bunker, you really get the feeling that this has got some power to it. But the shapes are compelling and abstract at the same time. It feels kind of like a painting because of the way the subtle colors and stuff go. But the more I look at it, the more I see here. So it really looks ominous. This is a real keeper. I'd be real proud of this one if that were mine. So well done. Technique 6, composition 7, interest impact 6.
19, 1, 9.
Calla Lily still life.
Yeah, this one was crazy. I was so impressed with this. Just gorgeous tones. I really respect people that can do digital black and white and have it not just look like kind of mush. It's that's really a challenge for me. The whites in this almost have like a wood grain look to them, so real pretty. Still, so classic subtle whites and the deep blacks and grays with kind of a warmth that makes it move past the scale. Really, it almost looks like it could have a hint of sepia in it. Maybe it does. I don't know, but I'm treating it as a grayscale. But nice stuff. The simple white frame doesn't compete with that. Just makes it look really classy and elegant. It doesn't. The fear for me would be to have a whitish background like that might darken everything up as a result, but it really works here. It just cleans up the whites even more if that's possible. I'm not going to try to figure out why there is a descending number of flowers, but it kind of does make it a little bit of a story this way. Really fun stuff. Gosh, just real art there. Let's see. Technique 5, composition 5, interest impact 5.
15, 1, 5.
15. Car show in the rain.
So this is like a vertical triptych with a kind of gradient from monochrome to vivid color. After seeing the other entries, it was nice to see a different take with no frames or border separating the images. I had to sit with that for a little bit, and coming from frame with the other ones to see, the butted in edges like that. It first was a little bit jarring, but I like it here now. I like how the drops are almost negative and black on the top photo. So all you see are those highlights that are in the water drops. Then they turn blue in the center, where it's just a real white, and then back to one tone with the red on red in the bottom. It kind of reminds me of a photography assignment that I've way back to shoot a clear bottle on a black background. The only thing you could do is whatever the photographer put into the subject, that's all that would be revealed. And in this case, seems like that's what's gone on here. Particularly when you see the background in the red photo, suddenly it takes off with a whole different image. So fun stuff and really well executed. Technique 5, composition 5, interest impact 5.
15, 1, 5.
Cocktail hour.
This is a really elegant study in light. Red, white, and blue with appropriate tasty fruits. I really love it when you get white light clean like that, where there's no cast. And I would, frankly, with the red and the blue, I would expect some color contamination, where things just got a little funky. But in this case, that didn't happen. I'm assuming that this is, I won't say straight out of the camera, but if once you get into post-production with some of this stuff, it really gets weird if you don't have the color nailed straight out of the in the camera. So well done. The triptych really tells the story as we see 1, 2, and then the pineapple exclamation point. The hairline white border that surrounds all these photos really enhances that killer white light. So really, technically, really a tough image and really well executed with that. So I'm a little baffled when I look at it to see how some of the fill works like on the glass without picking up some really intense reflections in the glass. So well done. Technique is a 6, composition is a 5, and interest impact a 4.
15, 1, 5.
Okay. Curlew.
Let's see, the hunt is real in this super sharp, uncluttered panel. It's something kind of zen here with the just sort of simple background and just really clear subject. Maybe if the central image were a bit different from the other two. I might like this a bit more, but it still works. I like the matte frame that surrounds it in terms of the color in particular like that. It does liven up the whole presentation. So that gray background really becomes sort of more of a warmer beige with the result. So this is one of those cases where it feels like the presentation is really important like that. So I think that really makes the whole package strong. Technique is a 5, composition 5, and interest impact a 4.
14, 1, 4.
Dawn Patrol.
Three really interesting images, awesome images with some real storytelling power here. Wow, tellies, wides, and drones in the same sequence like that. So kind of true to the photojournalistic side in me on this. So well done. At first, I thought maybe the pictures were out of sequence. I was kind of trying to ignore titles as I went through these, and now I realize this Dawn Patrol, it probably it works still. At first, I thought they were out of sequence because I guessed that the surfers should arrive at sunrise with the bottom photo, shred in the top left, and then brag as they head home from the top right photo. The version here presents a completely different story about a great day. My sequence is kind of particular. If you were to put the bottom photo up top, like, oh, here we arrive at sunrise, and then you move the other two to the bottom, this seems like that would be a more predictable type of thing. And I kind of worry that with that sky, if that were at the top of the frame, looking at the bottom photo, if that were moved to the top, it might sort of begin and end there. It might sort of overwhelm the other presentation with that. So I in the end, I like the way this is put together. I think the way the images butt into each other, I think it works here. And like I say, I really like the images. That arm on the top left, that angle pushes you down into the rest of the presentation. Black and white for the 3 surfers on the thing, that works well. And golly, that picture on the bottom, that's quite a sunset. I mean, we've seen sunsets before, but that's really a cool angle, and the orange and blue, fun stuff. Technique 7, composition 6, interest impact 6.
19, 1, 9.
That one. Driving US 101.
I think this is our first 2 photo panel in this, so I'm assuming that's all cool, but that it works for me. So as long as the rules fit for it, it works for me. This is really an evocative, soft sequence of line and color. Once I read the title, Driving US 101, I liked it even better. It reminds me of the pre-dawn drive I took to Santa Barbara for years. It's kind of a canvas for the viewer to imagine on. I love the neutral colors and pinks. It's just a sweet sort of, put your mind into this photo type of image. It's good to see that the scary wave in the left photo didn't swamp us as the sun emerges in the right image. So maybe there's some storytelling to that. The simple framing really keeps the attention on the images. I like that the horizon lines line up pretty much, but the foreground doesn't. I assume those are guardrails or something like that. But it's just one of those images that everybody will see something different in that. So even though it looks extremely simple, it'd be great wall art. Technique 5, composition 5, interest impact 5.
15, 1, 5.
Family Feud.
There's all kinds of family dynamics going on here. As you move at the top left from hard light in the color to hard light in the black and white, and then a gorgeous fill light on the bottom. The addition to the third sea lion at the bottom kind of makes for a nice bit of finish with that makes him look kind of bored and nothing too serious is going on. I like that. It makes a nice finish for the sequence. Back in the day when I only shot black and white, I really couldn't figure out how to deal with color. To me, this sequence shows what each version, what each format can highlight. Top left, I see the animals. In the black and white at the top right, I see the shapes of the animals with a bit more focus on the action, it seems. And the color photo at the bottom is the whole deal, by virtue of that great light. So flatter light doesn't work. Whole thing fits like that. This is one where I feel like maybe a border might have helped, just a little bit separate for the action like that. But it's a very minor thing, very small thing. So technique 5, composition 4, interest impact 5.
14, 1, 4.
Kind of a sucker for this one. This just real fun, romance tied together with an umbrella. I wanted all of these people to be the same. I know they're not if you look closely, but I mean, don't bother me with facts. It's a romance story here. Great motion and movement as you start with one bike rider, and I assume light rain based on what the atmospherics look like. Then to a heavier rain on the couple, and then the solo rider and light rain again on the right. Kind of a mini Euro vacation in a triptych. So I think that's where maybe for me what the power of these things might be, if you can do a little storytelling with this, and it just feels complete. I like it. These are nice monochromes that have solid blacks without too much contrast to hurt the mood. Real atmospheric and light. I liked it a lot. Technique 6, composition 6, interest impact 6.
18, 1, 8.
Fly high, this one here. Pretty color in this 2-shot diptych with kind of a zoom effect going on between the two images, since the other one is a little bit tighter. That kind of gives a little bit of oomph in terms of almost emotion like that. I like that the horizons line up on the two. It makes the panel work together well, even though the focal length changes. And it's kind of a bonus the way the kite changes directions as the surfer flies. Technique is 4, composition 4, interest impact 5.
13, 1, 3.
Okay, can I interrupt for one moment?
No.
We lost our WebEx connection, and we were kicked out of the meeting. And so I just now rejoined, and I did not get a score for Family Feud or Finding Shelter in the Rain.
14 for Family Feud. 18 for Finding Shelter.
Okay, thank you.
And Flying High was 13.
13, you're right, I got that. I hope that
That's
doesn't
the
happen
image.
again. Forest Spirits.
Okay, this is really creepy and a great use of color and light. The spotlighting and flip of color and gray in the left and right really work, really set this up. The warm rim light on the central image ties them all together. That's just, wow, really cool stuff. I'm not usually a fan of textured frames on the outside, but this one works great to keep the mood. And I don't know, kind of made me think of some sort of Celtic archaeological piece or something like that. But real fun. I'm just wild guessing that the gray is a post thing, post production type of thing, but I don't care. It really works well. I like this a lot. Technique 6, composition 6, interest impact 6.
18, 1, 8.
4 tulips.
super subtle tones in this boost the interest as a graphic presentation. It's kind of funny too, as the vase on the right balances on the edge. Hopefully this was not an action photo and somehow it was posed like that. This really needs to be published with a magazine story or something. It's a great illustration for something. I could think of a million topics that this would work really well for. So well done. It's the kind of art you could display at your home without getting bored of looking at like a particular location or event photo. That's always a challenge for me. I think I'd rather have this kind of image on my wall that, changes over time versus, the pictures that I frequently just post on, to look like that. So I like this a lot. Nice presentation. Let's see, technique 4, composition 4, interest impact 6.
14, 1, 4.
Fur and claws.
I like this. This is an image of 3 bears with some sort of post-production treatment to turn into an illustration, I'm assuming. Because it involves 3 images, or 3 characters, I assume that makes it a triptych, but I'm still not quite certain about that. But I do like the image in the presentation. Technique 5, composition 4, interest impact 4.
13, 1, 3.
Guess not.
Grand Canal and Performer in orange and red.
Beautiful images tied together with color tones and direction. The soft light keeps the feeling throughout. I like that the central image is a little different height than the others because it makes the point that the characters are looking at or thinking about, I assume this is Venice. So very pretty sort of soft looking colors to this. I like it a lot. Technique 5, composition 5, and interest impact 4.
14, 1, 4.
In Dublin's Fair City.
These are real pretty images and light in this study of new and old. I'm glad that the center image humanizes the other 2 images. I'm a sucker for people in photos, so it makes it more than architectural and makes me want to visit, frankly. So that's the one I seem to resonate with. So sweet light and color on that red bar, the temple bar in the center. So I like the drop shadows on the frame. I think that really is an effective way to set this up for this kind of presentation. So well done there too. Technique 5, composition 5, and interest impact 4.
14, 1, 4.
Nailed it.
Real precarious perch for this guy, but he nailed it in the landing. Nicely done there. So good title too. Black and white keeps the attention on the bird. I'd be interested in seeing a color version on it, but I'm sure that you wouldn't look at its spindly feet quite the same way if you were looking at a color image, probably. That it seems like it really keeps the attention on the action with the black and white, and the clear sky really makes it even more dramatic. Plus, I like the bird's sort of satisfied look in that last frame. Cool stuff. It made me laugh the first time I saw it. Nice black frame on this for setting it up. It didn't hurt the lighter image, the lighter parts of the image in there either for too much contrast or anything. I like that. Technique 5, composition 5, and interest impact 5.
15, 1, 5.
Picnic.
Way to use lowly picnic tables to relate different locations. The composition in each is really smart to bring the place into play without forgetting the picnic table or beating us over the head with a front and center presentation like that. The light really distinguishes each photo. The flat desert scene on the left is broken up by the rim light on the table. The beach turns the table into a black and white element almost, because just the way it sets up against that whiter sand in the background. And the truck stop warm lights really make an interesting contrast with the white light in the table. Great eye and execution on putting these together. I mean, really different scenes, but seeing a common theme in there. Really cool stuff. Years and years and years ago, there was a book that I really loved, The Red Couch, where the photographer hauled a plush red couch all over the place and would pose people from all walks of life sitting on this couch. So, I mean, a little different. That was more about portraits, but this, it reminded me of this. I like that. Technique 6, composition 7, interest impact 7.
20, 20.
That one a lot.
Power of water.
I mean, each photo in this one is really beautiful with the long exposures and the soft light. They all have a great center of interest, and they all complement each other with the look at running water, with that combination of horizontals plus the vertical like that. Cool stuff. What gives me pause though a little bit is that background. It's just almost kind of like a little bit too much. If it were just grayed back a little bit or something, because I just find myself looking at the background rather than the water. That sort of inverted T shape of the three photos together sort of forces you into the negative space around there into that. So it kind of makes me look at the leaves a little bit more anyway, probably. So I don't know. Having said that, the leaves are really a cool image. I'm wondering if that might have figured into the triptych instead of one of the others. I don't know. Just I don't know where you'd put it or how you'd use it like that. But having said that, every picture is a great one in here. Technique 5, composition 4, interest impact 5.
14, 1, 4.
Reddish egret.
There's really pretty light and action on these. I think it's a great example of how a triptych can set more of a mood than just an individual photo. So, because I think the sum of the parts is better than each individual image like that. Having said that, they're all fun to look at. I love the way that just hint of color pops in these. It makes each one pretty, and the reflection is just dynamite. The borders don't compete with the images, and the contrast and subtle color make it kind of a poetry example. I'm not quite as sold on the third image as I am the other two. The other two are real great standalone images, but maybe it feels like there might be some different take that might make that strengthen up the entire package with the third. Technique 5, composition 4, interest impact 5.
14, 1, 4.
Rising to new heights.
Here we have another vertical triptych. There's good light, good color on these. Love those purpley pinks in the background. Good variety of action as the bird flies. I don't know. I stared at this for a while, wondering if it's one photo with 3 bars and 3 different birds, or is it the bird looks the same to me? So it's 3 different shots, and just the way the clouds line up, it's like that. But regardless, that's a very minor thing. Because it works. It's still good throughout there. The thin borders between the images keep the emphasis on the birds. Technique 5, composition 4, interest impact 4.
13, 1, 3.
Sanctuaries.
Here we're back to a 2-shot like this. It almost looks like a diorama because of the way it's presented like this. I could see this being a box with all of these elements inside like that. So it kind of is a cool feeling as a result. I like how the lit areas complement each other with the warm colors on either side. It really gives them a relationship that makes the whole package work. There's tons of texture here too with the different elements and stuff, so that has some real nice feeling to it too. Technique 5, composition 4, interest impact 5.
14, 1, 4.
Tempting.
There's all kinds of sticky things in this triptych here. So the cactus center each frame. It's a real tough subject to maintain focus in a close-up situation because all the elements are moving in and out in a kind of a macro close-up situation, but I think it works here. The highlight on the cactus flower in the lower left image, it's a teeny bit of a distraction. I still like the image. I'd like to see a version that had borders between these frames like that. It just it almost sort of emphasizes the difference between them, when it's butted up together. Maybe that was some of the photographer's goals, but I don't know. I think I'd look at the individual images a little bit more so if there were some sort of separation between the three. Technique 4, composition 4, interest impact 4.
12, 1, 2.
Egret and the crawdad.
Real fun. Just a cool sequence of this egret in this sort of mirroring triptych. It's just
Thank you. Please go ahead, Len.
yeah, all the images are just super sharp here, and the backlight really makes that sharpness sing. It's got some cool tonality because of that. You see the rim light on it really makes those warm tones really just kind of bring a whole mood to it. I really like that there. If you front lit this, it wouldn't work remotely as well. So backlit's always scary to me. It's it's real hard to get a dominant light, but golly, this works. The water ripples really make for kind of a super horizon too. It's just it makes that top bank necessary too, I think, to give it sort of a kind of more natural feeling to it too. Otherwise it would sort of lack this reality that these images have as a result. So real cool stuff. Technique 6, composition 5, interest impact 6.
17, 1, 7.
Snowy plover.
Occasionally I'm philosophically opposed to snowy plovers because I go to Surf Beach when it's open, but that's just me. Having said that, I'd kill for a good snowy plover picture. Great sharpness and composition here. The placement of the bird and the reflection really adds a lot of real artful interest to it. Well done. The border and presentation really enhance the whole package with just what should be just an extremely monochrome thing, but it has a warmth to it as a result of the presentation. So nice. Technique 5, composition 5, interest impact 4.
14, 1, 4.
Okay. We have a tie between number 4 and number 9. And this will be for 2nd and 3rd.
So I break the tie. Is that what that
Yep.
means?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, darn. I was hoping they'd both be no second. I guess I'm going with bunkers. My heart's in people with the right shot, but I like the bunker shot. I like the bunker triptych better.
Okay. And then let me figure out. We need to find one more honorable mention, and we're gonna, let's see. Okay, we need to break the tie between number 12 and number 4. Actually, we don't. Never mind. I'm figuring this out as I go. I think I'm set.
Well, 12 and 14 are both
They're-
18 points.
They're tied, so they both, that we don't need to break the tie.
No, that's right. They're both honorable mentions.
They're both honorable, yeah. So I was thinking as I was going here.
Yep, okay.
And then, that one.
Good. I'd hate to choose between those two.
Yeah, okay, I think we're ready.
All right, let me go back and we'll step through and announce each individual image.
That's the big winner.
A Cat's Successful Day by Cheryl Decker.
Very cute.
That was with the iPhone 14.
Hey, well done.
Yeah, amazing.
After the Rain by Alan Upshaw. An Irishman's Castle by Tony Martindale. Tony entered these images a few months ago, so this will be his last competition.
Yeah, and they're all infrared.
Yeah, that's nice, nice.
Beautiful.
It was nice to see his
Glad he
images
was in this.
again.
Yeah, Tony did great infrared work.
Yes, he
Yeah.
did.
He really did. This is Bunker Abstracts, second place by Elaine Calvert.
Nice going, Elaine.
Good job.
Nice.
Love the colors.
Thank
Yep.
you.
That's
And
cool.
that
Where was the bunkers?
This is at Fort Stevens up in
Oh, yes.
on the border of the Columbia River.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Wow.
Calla Lily Still Life by Elaine Calvert.
Beautiful,
Beautiful.
Golly,
beautiful.
just gorgeous.
Thank you.
In second place.
No, second place was the
Oh, no,
bunker.
you're right. Never mind.
This is a Car Show in the Rain by Penny Powell.
I like that, Penny.
Yeah, that's really a cool idea.
Was that
Yeah,
one shot
That
or
was
was
really a good idea.
was it tied together?
What do you mean?
Was it like a car with a stripe or was it just, three pictures?
Oh,
put
those were
together?
3 images
Oh, 3 images,
stacked
okay.
together.
Okay.
Yeah, reminds me of a flag kind
Yeah.
Thank you.
of. Cocktail Hour by Tony Martindale.
Beautiful.
And
This
Len-
was
nice,
part of the
too.
still life study we did.
Huh.
Yeah,
and-
That's nice.
and
That's
and
fun.
those are all 3 individual photos, so they-
Right.
yeah, and I do think he really knew his lighting.
Yes, he did. He knew what he
And
was doing.
did he drink them afterwards?
Of course.
he not only drank them, but he refilled them. And
You're so gorgeous.
Curlew by Frank Tromp.
Nice,
I
Frank.
like these
Wow.
guys.
Beautiful.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
Dawn Patrol, third place by Kevin Miller.
nice work, Kevin.
Congratulations.
Yep.
Nice.
It's drone, a film camera, and digital. So
Wow.
Oh, wow.
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 Good job.
Which
That's
is the film?
the film is the top right. It's
Huh.
Get white.
it's a 6x6 rolly cord.
Oh, I was gonna say that's nice. Wow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
really nice. Driving US 101 by Jim McInnes. I like that too.
That's gorgeous.
Mhm.
Family Feud by Kevin Miller.
Cute.
Finding Shelter in the Rain, and one of our honorable mentions by Harold Whitweiler.
Very nice.
Harold.
Nice one, Harold.
Thank you.
Nice black and white.
Yeah, I think together they add to more than just having one image at a time.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. It
Yeah.
tells a story. This is Fly High by Cheryl Decker. Forest Spirits by Gregory Doudna, and another of our honorable mentions.
Very good, Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you're
lovely.
right, the black and white and color processing was done in post.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very well done.
Very
So
effective.
carvings were actually
Smart.
in the trees and you just.
No, yeah, they're actually in trees. These are on St. Simon's Island off the coast of Georgia.
Damn, okay,
Wow.
interesting.
You know, Greg,
Very.
the one on the right, it looks like a seal's face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're supposed to represent the lost sailors at sea.
Oh, that's why you have that seal in there.
Okay. They're nice, yes. Four Tulips by Jim McInnes.
Nice, Jim. That's nice. I like that.
Jim, Jim
Okay.
likes things
That's
on the edge, living on
Yeah,
the
he
edge.
does.
Putting things on the edge.
By the time he got around to that second shot, he'd been drinking.
You've been drinking with Tony, right?
Right.
Fur and Claws by Cheryl Decker.
I like that, Cheryl.
Thank you. Grand Canal and Performer in Orange and Red by Jim McInnes.
Very nice,
Beautiful.
Jim.
Very nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you.
In Dublin's Fair City by Tony Martindale.
Aw.
Tony.
Oh, Miss Tony.
Mm.
Nailed It by Jeannie Sparks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Where'd
What
you get the
kind of
stork
bird
at,
is
Jeannie?
that?
Where was the stork at?
In Florida,
Oh, okay.
yeah, one of
Is that
the,
what that is? A stork?
it's a wood
Yeah.
stork. Wood
How
stork.
about that? How about that?
Beautiful bird.
Picnic. First place by Penny Powell.
Nice
Nice
going,
job.
Penny.
Hey,
Cool.
congratulations.
Cool stuff. Yay. Nice.
Penny, how can you have a picnic with no food or beverages?
Well, that was part of the fun, was they were just there all isolated.
Yeah.
Nobody used
Yeah.
Remind me to bring my own food if I visit your house.
And that one looks like it's out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The one
Oh,
on
yeah.
the left.
Yeah.
They are. All of them were. Well, not the one at the truck stop, but
Yeah.
Do you shoot picnic tables every time you see one now, or?
well, it's I was just having fun with rhyming things with Triptych, and picnic Triptych came up, and I had a series with chipmunks
Wow.
that I was going to title Chip Trip.
You just wanted to see if Elaine would be able to pronounce it.
Well,
Very
I had
cool,
fun
very cool.
with the assignment where that took all year to get those three.
Mine was apparently
Yeah.
deleted.
What?
Oh,
Oh yes, don't say any more.
Well, he's very creative. This is The Power of Water by Gregory Doudna.
yeah.
Very
nice.
nice.
Oof.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Reddish Egret by Elaine Calvert.
Yeah, I like
like
that.
I love, where did you take those, Elaine?
Actually, this reddish egret made a rare appearance in Pismo Beach.
Wow.
And I heard that there was a reddish egret visiting there, so we made it a thing to go find it. And the lighting on that day was very overcast, but I kind of liked the softness of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked.
It
And I
is.
liked all those poses because what the reddish egret does is on the picture on the right where he's holding wings up.
Mhm.
That's how they hunt. They make a shadow on the water so they
Ah.
can see the fish.
Oh,
And so that's kind of part of the story. So that's why I included that one.
I don't know these
I actually
things.
like that
Nice.
one a lot. I like the wing shapes.
Yep.
Good.
Nice.
Sanctuaries by Gregory Doudna.
What?
Oops.
No, this is,
Sanctuaries by, go get
it's
that.
There it is.
23.
You skipped one,
Gotta
I
take
think.
her in Haley
20,
before she
Yeah,
go
goes.
this,
back.
I'm just trying to get my mom taken care of. She's trying to go to bed and I need to make sure she gets her medicine.
Oh,
I can take over,
Okay,
Elaine.
this was,
Rise-
sorry
Rising
about
New
that.
Heights.
This was tempting. I'm sorry. No, I'm right. This was Rising to New Heights. Sorry. My
By
mom.
Jeannie Sparks.
By Jeannie Sparks. Thank you, Penny.
You're welcome. I'll take it from here if you want.
This is Sanctuaries by Gregory Doudna.
I love the
Yeah,
tones.
I like
in
the way
this
you did
one.
that, Greg. That was very
color.
interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one in the left is the sanctuary at San Miguel.
Huh.
And the
Oh.
one at the right is in the slow mission.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Tempting by Kevin Miller. The Egret and the Crawdad by Jeannie Sparks.
Yeesh.
Dinner.
Snowy Plover by Frank Tromp.
Okay, that's it.
beautiful, Frank. I like
All right.
Yeah.
Well done, everyone.
Yeah, you guys did a good job.
Very good review and comments, Len.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Hopefully nobody fell asleep, it looked like, so
No,
Nope.
that's good.
enjoyed your thoughtful consideration of every image. That was nice.
Yeah, and Lynn, now that you're retired and you don't, maybe you want to just take some pictures for fun and have something to do with them, you could join our group and
Go. Yeah.
I mean, you put us all to shame, but we'd love
Oh.
to have you as a member if you want to be part of it.
Heavens no. What do? You guys have assignments like this? Is that how you?
Well, every quarter we have something that's a special subject, and then we have a year-end project. So this was our year-end project that
Oh.
previous years before this we were doing books.
Oh.
So you have all year to work on your book. This is the first time we've done diptychs and triptychs. But every month we have a competition. Most of them are just open. And then every 3 months, one of the competitions is a special subject. Like it might be, what do we have coming up?
Minimalism.
Minimalism.
March.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that varies. So there's 3 special topics during the year plus our year end.
Well, I didn't realize you all had a website. Is that just
Yes.
have information about the club and stuff, or?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's
Anyone
open to
can,
everybody.
anyone can look at it.
Oh, I'll take a look.
And the nice thing about us meeting online like this is you don't have to. You can join us from anywhere you live. So
Yeah.
Chuck is,
Or
where are you at
wherever
now,
you are.
Chuck?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. So I'm a little sleepy.
I'm glad
Oh,
you joined us, Chuck. It was good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you,
We
Chuck.
missed you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been so busy. I really haven't had time to do anything. I've been here and haven't
Yeah,
taken
well.
really any pictures. So just hopefully get back into it soon.
Can't wait to see him. That would be different. So Lynn, any other comments? I think I might have cut you off.
I know. Was that a Santa Cruz trip? Is that what you're all talking about with the ferry, or?
Yeah.
Golly, that's a neat place. I took my first trip there about 6-8 months ago, so that was fun to camp out there and do all that. So, and the foxes are just embarrassingly easy to get great pictures of. So,
Really?
oh yeah, it's just surreal. The first one you go, golly, look at that! I'll never see anything like that again. And then they eat all your food in your campsite, and you were tired of the foxes by then. So,
What about on a day trip? What were you able to see foxes on the day during the day too, or just when?
oh yeah, you head for a campsite and you'll see the foxes everywhere. So it's
What lenses did you take? Or
I have it's amounts to a kit lens, so it's like a 80 to 400, but I didn't need that much on that. That one was a good one. The wides, I've got a 17 to 55. I just use a crop sensor, Nikon. So that gives me a little bit more push too. So
Did your 400 lens have that crop sensor? So you're actually up to 800?
yep, yeah. So it's, what is it, 620 or whatever that
Yeah.
is, or something like that. So nice reach, but I didn't really need it that much.
Mhm.
Although it was really, I love container ships, so that was nice to shoot those from there because the light's different because you're looking back against them rather than in silhouette, so you actually can see a different perspective based on the light on the channel like that. So very fun.
Well, you can come and join us and be our guide.
Golly, I need another trip out there. That was fun.
Yeah, you're welcome to come.
Oh, I got my sights on where am I going next? Santa Rosa, I think. My son and I are gonna head back over there again soon. So he loves that place. So we'll see. It's been years since I've been there. It was actually a working cattle ranch the last time I was out there. So I'm really dating myself with that one, but that was a great story. So but that was probably like 1980, I think, or something. So
Oh, wonderful. You can see how it's changed.
yeah, hopefully not much. Hopefully not much.
Yep. Okay, well, we want to thank you for judging tonight, and you're welcome to stay on. I don't know if we have any other business before we need to go, but I think we're pretty close to wrapping it up. Do we, anybody have anything else to say?
Just remember, 2 weeks from tonight, open theme competition.
It'll be online again. We're trying to go once a month in person, but this was a special thing this time because it's our year-end competition. So next month will be in person. But 2 weeks from now, it's competition. Thanks for reminding us. Any other announcements, chat or anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
Yep,
I think I'm
thank
gonna
you,
close
Lynn.
it down. Thanks again, Lynn. Thanks, everybody. Thanks. You all play a
Thank you.
wonderful role. Oh, and I forgot to thank Kevin for taking pictures and Flavio for taking pictures at the dinner. That was wonderful. Thanks for getting them to Flavio and Greg to put online and in the galleon. And thanks to everyone for your participation. You really make this club a great place.
Oh, you happen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right.
All right.
Everybody take care.
Is there
There's something else I can